uh, what source of IELTS number we have. So can you give me a little bit more clarification about this one?
Unfortunately, the only point I know is that it has 9. The complete number is 9, and 4 skills are separately rated. But I don't know the curriculum, also the idea, and also the system that they are divided, and also I do not have a clear idea about this.
So it's very nice. It's very important to know before what we learn. What is the IELTS score? How IELTS is scored? How IELTS is numbered? What score will you receive? And how they calculate the band score? How they give you the number. Well, for IELTS we say IELTS band score, and the number is 1 to 9.
Yeah, 9.
So actually, there is no any pass or fail. Okay, so even if the students, if even their English level is very low, they may have 1 band. They might have 2 bands. They might have 3 bands. They might have 4.5. They may have, for example, then there will be 5 band. Then there will be 5.5. There will be, for example, 6 band, and there will be 6.5 band. So this is how they score is. Most of the students, they get, for example, 7 band, or some of them, if they're lucky, they get 7.5 band. Overall, I'm talking overall, and this okay, 7.5, and then they may get 8 band, or they may get 8.5, and then the last one is 9 band.
9.
Yeah. So this is the total number of the total number for IELTS that we have, and the complete is 9 point. The complete is 9. Okay. So just let me just
9. Yes.
It is written here. Okay. Then yep. Oh, this is the band score that you will receive in IELTS, and in most of the countries, they you have to score above than this one. Okay, so which means that you have to work for, in most of the countries where the English language is a second, for example, like India, like China, like Middle Eastern countries, like Asian, other, for example, Korean universities, they accept, for example, in Malaysia, there is a university from Al-Bukhari, AIU, you can search in Google as well. They give lots of scholarship for Afghans. You can go there and you can search.
Yeah.
Actually, they give a scholarship and they accept this band score. 5 point?
Yeah, 5.5.
Overall, for 5.5. And above then they welcomed, but below then there's one that does not accept. So 5.5, everybody can get 5.5, which is very simple. However, dear student, that in European country, for example, in Germany, Dort, and Chippening, and maybe in Fulbright, then they accept from this one above 6.5 or above. You can say 6.5 plus, maybe there's 7 bands, 7.5. But again, within these countries, Germany overall accept 6.5, but there are specifically universities in UK. Then they may ask, for example, 7 band from you if you're studying computer science, or maybe some technical degrees. Then you have to take, for example, 7 or maybe 7 plus and above. So it almost depends upon the university what score they want, but mostly if you have this much band score, you will not have any problem. So I mean it could be a good thing for you, but I advise you have to just target this band score. Okay, 7 plus.
Yeah.
Now again, I want to give a little bit more elaborate on this one, then we'll move forward. How they calculate the band score? Well, again, there are 4 skills. For example, we've got writing, we've got reading. Yep.
I've got a question.
Come on.
Before discussing the skills, what is the difference between band score and total score?
Total score?
Yeah.
Profession, you can call any number band score. You can say, I want 3 band score. You can say, I want 5 band score. But total is the number you just which came out of all other number. All total is a total نمش معلومة. لكن band score you can call any one of them band score. Okay, so
Okay, yeah, got it.
again in writing حالا اون شرایط داره بعد مطابق شما چک کرده شما رو مثلا از 1 تا 9 نمبر میده. For example, they give you 1 out of 9 band score. Again, we come, for example, to the writing, they give you 1 out of 9, and then the listening, they give you 1 out of 9, and in the speaking, they give you 1 out of 9. Inshallah, we'll discuss one by one what to do in order to get a higher number, in order to have a greatest number in the IELTS. So inshallah, we'll talk about one by one in the class. However, this is how. Then when they've given these things, then they calculate all these things, they take the average, and that is the overall band, and that is the total band that you will receive. For example, suppose in writing, you have gotten, suppose you've gotten in writing, you've gotten, for example, 6.5, and so that's right, yeah. In reading, you've got, for example, 6 band. Then in listening, which is very simple, you may have gotten, for example, 7 band. And in speaking, again, it's very maybe good. Somehow you might have gotten 6.5. 6.5. Now, they take the average of this band score. Okay, they do not give you 7 because there is number, because there is a skill you have gotten very low number, and that's 6.4. Is it clear? And they will not give you 6.5,000 because there are some skills that you've got 7 band. So what they will give you, there is 2 6.5, there is 1 6, there is 1 7, which is great. So they give you out this number because there's 2 skill you've got, there's high number, and they do not give you that high as well because there is low number, and they do not give you low number as well because you've got high number. So they just take the average of this band score, and overall you will receive, for example, a 6.5 according to this one. Am I clear about this one?
Yes, sure. So we do not have like 6.6 or 6.7. So we also, the only thing is that we have a template or 0.5.
Sure.
Is that right?
Sure, you're absolutely right. Now today, let me just make things clear about your class and things we're doing in our class. Now, how to prepare for IELTS is that for IELTS, how to take preparation in these 2 months. You have to take most out of this IELTS, these 2 months course. As I said yesterday as well, that you can Google about techniques and you can Google about strategies. They will give you in IELTS, they will give you in YouTube as well, in Google as well. You may take other courses anywhere else as well. They will say, we'll give you the best strategy. But no, what I ask from you is this thing, okay? So that you have, where is my pencil? Okay. Well, before I go to this one, I want to say another important point that actually most of the people, suppose this is the band score, this is 5, and this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8. And suppose this is the time. Suppose this is maybe 2 hours practice, 3 hours practice, 4 hours practice. Now, if you might have talked with other people who says don't go for IELTS because it's very tough. I've gone to IELTS for the 2nd time, for the 3rd time.
Yeah, I've heard many.
I do not have a good score. You might have gone, and they might have talked to you.
Yeah, most of the time. Most people say it's a very tough one.
But you might not have asked them what's the reason, and the reason is I'm going to tell you today. And the reason is because they are saying that I want to go for 7+. And then you ask them, how much time you give? Well, I'm very busy. I have my job and I'm doing other stuff as well. I'm having picnics sometime. I'm going with my friends. The time that I give for IELTS practice is too much. So they practice this much and then they want this much. So do you think there is equilibrium between these two things? Of course not. So timing for practice is too late. And the band score they want is too much. So what you have to do, if you want 7+, then you have to increase the amount of time you have for practices. You have to practice 3.5 hours. You have to practice 4 hours. The more you practice, the greater score you will have. Is this clear?
Yes, yes.
That's the most important thing. On the other hand, let me tell you another one as well. Let me just make clear about IELTS. Well, IELTS is actually, IELTS is very tricky, to be honest. IELTS is what? IELTS is very, very tricky.
Yeah.
For example,
yeah,
it is designed in a very smart way, in a smart way. It means it's very tricky and very smart. So suppose you're very smart and I'm not that much smart. So do we match? Of course we do not match, because I am very naive, I am very gullible, I'm a simple guy. I'm not that smart as you are. So we didn't match. So in order, I want to match with you. So what do I have to do? I have to be what? I have to be smart the same, because we could match together. The same thing applies to IELTS. IELTS is very, very smart. In order to not be fooled in the IELTS exam, you have to be what? You have to be smart.
Smart.
How to be smart as well? One thing that is taking this course, inshallah, I will tell you. And the other thing is the amount of time that you give, amount of time for practices. Is this clear? Because inshallah we will practice in the listening and speaking, especially in the reading and writing, which is very tough. You know, actually, they have designed it very, 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 very in a smart way. I mean, the answer is in the passage. Suppose people cannot find the answer. They think that, yeah, I'll just start because I couldn't find the answer. Then you have to tell them that, come on, guys, the answer is within that passage, but you have not found that skill to find that answer. You know, even Rafat, if you believe me or not, there are most of my students who got 9.9 band. They got 9 band in listening. Then he went to Canada. In Afghanistan, I was that time in Afghanistan. We had an office in Guleda Khana. So he passed the IELTS exam, and listening he got 9.9. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it is possible to score overall 9 band in listening and writing and reading and speaking. You can get it. But the thing is that you have to be smart, and you have to work hard, and you have to give it time, and do in a very smart way. So again, another question is let me just now how to have a good score in IELTS. Well, as I said, there is no any shortcut ways for IELTS. What does it mean? Well, it means that you have to build up your skills. Is it clear? If you say most of the people have gone for the test if for the TOEFL the same. I mean, if you take the TOEFL or IELTS for the first time, for the second time, for the third time, and you do not build up your skill, you do not work on your skills, you will not have, for example, more than 5 band. You will not have more than 6 band. So what to do? You have to progress. You have to make progression in your skills. You have to work on your speaking. You have to build up your reading. You have to have a great speed in reading. You have to manage your time in reading. So that is why there's no shortcuts unless you upgrade your skill. So for example, let me just tell you another story from my student. One of my students, he had done his bachelor in English. His English was good, and he gave a mock test IELTS, and he got a great number because the grammar structure, everything was great. And then he said, sir, what should I do? Should I go for the test now, or should we have the preparation? Then I said, we will have the preparation, but we'll have it 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks, he can go for the IELTS, and I'm sure he will have a great score. And he got 8.5 back overall. So what was the thing? The thing was that actually his skills was already good. I just taught him the ways and then how to emotionally and physically prepare for the exam, because it's 3 and 4 hours a day. In 4 hours, you have to sit on the table and you have to do all these exams. So that's why we discussed, and I just corrected his writings as well. So you have, from today on, you have to think of building up your skills, and how to building up your skills inshallah will work, and you can additionally search at home as well. On the other hand, Rafijan, this is a preparation courses. It means we do not focus on minor things. Okay, we do not focus, for example, on every grammar things. We do not focus on, for example, maybe simple present tense, simple past tense, because this is too much for practice. You have to search them yourself. And on the other hand, we'll talk about different sentence structure we have. For example, we've got 8 types of sentence structure you can use in your writing, inshallah, that we will discuss in writing month in the next month. So that's why most of the thing you have to, especially the grammar, you have to search yourself, you have to study yourself. And the thing is, we'll do the practice test, we'll focus on the big things in the class. Is this clear?
Yes, yes.
Let me just mention a very last point, then we'll wrap up our class because my students are waiting. Rafijan, another thing is that who benefits from this IELTS? Can you tell me who benefits from IELTS? I mean, most of the people.
You mean?
Yeah, come on.
From the class?
No.
You mean from the class or from?
No, for generally, because those who have designed the IELTS.
It would be great to hear from you, sir.
Okay. Professional IELTS is designed by British people who are very smart. IELTS is designed by UNDP Australia as well. It's an organization, educational organization, and by Canada as well. These are the smartest people. IELTS is taken by hundreds of people every week and every day. So every day people pay, for example, $150. Maybe it's different in other countries. Every day people are actually, taking this IELTS, and they are they are paying this much money for them. And most of the people, they have this idea that IELTS is, there's no pass and fail. I can go for the IELTS exam for the 4th time, for the 10th time, for 100th time. It's okay, you can go. But the thing is, you're wasting your time and money. So don't go for the IELTS 2 times. Don't go for the IELTS 3 times. It's very smart. I know it's very smart. Practice 2 months, practice 3 months, practice 4 months, but go for the test once. And that's the time that you're sure I will have a great score. And that's the time that I will tell you that you are ready for the test. So I hope that, Ravajan, these things are very clear, very important to you. And inshallah, you get something very nice out of these things. So